These stories in our next one. This is incredibly sad. Out of WXYZ in Detroit, a 17-year-old gunned down.
The boy was only 17. He wasn't no threat to nobody.
Kenari Willis's father can barely bring himself together. He says his teen son had no enemies.
It's a nightmare I can't wake up from.
Willis's mother says the last time they talked was over the phone on New Year's Eve, just hours before he was shot and killed on Detroit's east side.
I was telling him to come home before midnight, and he never came home.
Authorities say the fatal shots were fired around 8:30 a.m. here on the 14,500 block of Troster on New Year's Day. Willis was rushed to a local hospital and later pronounced dead.
Every night before we went to bed, he would come to the door and say, you know, he loved us and good night and see you in the morning.
The 17-year-old is the first teen to be murdered in the city of Detroit in 2021 after 8 teenagers lost their lives to gun violence last year.
It will behoove all of us and the city to make this city less violent and more youth-friendly.
Willis's mother says he wanted to be an architect and would have graduated this year from high school.
Whoever could even think of doing something like this to a kid is unbelievable.
I want y'all to find out who did this to my child.
All right, how do you get the public to cooperate in an investigation like this? It's 8:30 in the morning, New Year's Day. It seems like it's daylight. Donald, how do you get that information? Because I got to think that's one of the places that you're trying to get it. Someone knows something.
Vinny, in these type of situations, getting people to cooperate is the #1 challenge of a detective. But people do come forward. These cases are solved a lot. And they're solved because people either make anonymous tips or some brave people come forward. What the police have to do is they've got to get the word out to the public. In the old days, we used to pass out flyers in the neighborhoods, but now we've got social media. And social media is a very powerful tool to get it out there. Also, the television media is important. In this case, what we see is a grieving family talk about the love of their son and their loss. And that's powerful. It's a powerful message that's likely to grab at some people's hearts and maybe either come forward or get the person who needs to come forward to do so.